Hey ACC, it's Angie, your children's minister, with the Kidszone lesson for May 3rd. I can't believe that it's May already. When did that even happen? Anyway, for the last 2 weeks, we have talked about the temple being built and finished. This week and next week, we're going to talk about Esther. She has an incredible story. For our beginning activity, we're going to draw some self-portraits. Now, I'd love to see your work, so take a picture of yourself with your portrait and post it in the comments below. Let me show you an example. You like your portrait? It's cute, right? While you're working, talk about the things that make you unique and special. And in our story today, Esther is the queen, but she's also one of God's people. That made her a special person for a special job. God had a plan for her. Our Bible story comes from Esther, chapters 1 through 4. King AHASUERUS chose Esther to be queen. Esther lived in Persia with her cousin Mordecai. Esther was one of God's people, but the king did not know that. One day, Mordecai heard about an evil plan. Haman, one of the king's helpers, wanted to kill all of God's people. Mordecai told Esther about Haman's evil plan and asked for her help. Esther was afraid. If someone went to the king without permission, that person could be killed. But Esther also knew that sometimes the king held out his scepter, and that meant the person would be allowed to live. But if Esther didn't stop Haman's plan, then she and her whole family would be killed. Esther asked Mordecai and the Jewish people to meet together to pray for help. They also fasted, which means they didn't eat or drink for 3 days. After 3 days, Esther planned to go to the king. She was going to try to save the Jews no matter what. We will learn more about what happened after that next week. For our lesson activity, we're going to learn all of the names from this story. There are quite a few unusual ones this week, so we are going to practice writing these names with a fun medium. Shaving cream is the best thing to use for this. Squirt some on a table, spread it out with your hand, and then use your finger to write the names from this story in the shaving cream. You can also use whipped cream, paint, chocolate sauce, or just anything that's a little squishy. The names are right here next to me, so you can pause the video to display them. Trust me, parents, this is really fun to do, so it's worth the mess. Even the older kids will love it. And you can also write whole sentences to review and summarize the story. Story of the Week card. Our game is a royal robe relay race. Say that 5 times fast. Get your most regal robe, or whatever you have. It can be a costume or a towel. Set up a chair at one end of the room and have everyone stand on the other side. The first person in line will put on the royal robe, run down and around the chair, return back to your family, and hand the robe off to the next person. Keep playing until everyone has a turn. At dinner one night, talk about how scared Esther was. What would you do in the same situation? Esther's choice to help God's people was not easy. Even when life is scary and when we are unsure about the future, we can still trust that our lives are in God's hands. Then for the family activity, we're going to make a prayer calendar for the whole week. Think of 7 people, things, ideas, whatever you need to pray for, and create a calendar to make sure that you have a plan. Be sure to pray for the items on your calendar every day this week. And that's it, guys. Next week, we will find out what happens when Esther approaches the king. And I just want to take a minute to say how good it has been to see you all at your houses. We miss you all like crazy. I hope that you're still enjoying this extra time with your family and staying well. We hope to see you again soon.